The Rams, 4.5-point favorite on Monday Night Football against division rival Arizona. Yeah, Monday Night Football playoff game. The Cardinals finishing the season 1-4, highest total on the board as of right now, 50.5. Geoff, how do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't want anything to do with either of these teams covering a 4.5-point spread right now. I mean, I know the Cardinals are coming in like they have like the one win in their last 5 games, but at least it was a win against a quality team. Like it was a win against the Cowboys on the road. The Rams are, I mean, they had the spot to put out a division rival. Sean McVay had a chance to eliminate Kyle Shanahan, a guy who's lost 5 games in a row to, and the Rams couldn't shut the door. Like, how on earth do you trust this team now to cover 4.5 points against the Cardinals? You look at the 2 matchups they had this year. It's very reminiscent of how these teams go. One team played well, the other didn't. And, they're just very up and down teams that I think have holes and can be exploited. So, again, both the previous games between these 2 teams saw over 50 points. So maybe you play the over here too. But, man, I mean, if I'm looking at the spread here, I'm actually pretty interested in the Cardinals because I know their offense has been a little bit down without DeAndre Hopkins, but the Kyler Murray factor, he could easily rush for like 100 yards and just keep this game close. So if I'm leaning a spread here, it's definitely Arizona early. I want nothing to do with either of these teams covering more than 3 points.
All right, Pearce, what's the play here? Rams and Cardinals, they split the season series. Each club won on the road.
The Rams are going to be the play, and I don't like laying the points. You cannot trust either of these teams, as Geoff's mentioned. But the Rams can turn it on. The Cardinals, they can't turn it off. They've got too many problems to get things back in check. The defense has some serious problems. They lost their key cornerback, Robert Alford, earlier or last month, and they've lost 3 of the 4 games since then, allowing 11 touchdowns and 1 interception. And even if you go back before that, they had the win over the Bears where they had 4 interceptions in that game. They still allowed a lot of yards to Andy Dalton. They still allowed a lot of yards to the running attack from the Bears. And then when they played Detroit, guess what? They didn't get any turnovers, and they allowed passing yards, and they allowed Detroit to run all over them. That's the biggest problem. The other pass defense is struggling for the Cardinals, but the rush defense is awful. It's miserable. You can't win games that way. Their offense is also running at about half speed. There's just too many problems on the Cardinals side. Yeah, the Rams have issues, but they're not that far away. Their defense can step up. Their offense can start clicking again. I think that the Cardinals are just falling apart.